Hello guys, my name is Prince and this is Math Center. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Post your comments and questions on my social media handles and I'll respond to it. The topic we are treating today is algebraic expressions. In the previous video, we learned how to factorize quadratic trinomials. In this video, we are going to learn how to use the calculator to find the two numbers when you are factorizing quadratic trinomials. So let's pick an example and see how it's done. I'm going to use this type of calculator in this video. So this is the type of calculator that I'll be using. Now, let's see how it's done. You have been told to factorize the trinomial x squared plus 7x plus 12. Now, as usual, we know that to factorize this trinomial, you multiply the coefficient of x squared by 12. The coefficient of x squared is 1, so you multiply that by 12 and you are going to get 12. Then you find the numbers that two numbers that when you multiply, you are going to get 12, and when you add them, you are going to get 7. So these two numbers, they are what I'm going to teach you how to use the calculator to find them. Now, to begin the whole process, this is what you have to do. First, write down the values for A, B, and C. So as we learned in the previous video, the value for A in this question is 1. The value for B in this question is 7. And the value for C in this question is 12. Then you multiply A by C. You know that A is 1 and C is 12. So if you multiply 1 by 12, you are going to get 12. Then you move on to your calculator and you punch this equation on the calculator. Now this is how to do it. Press on mode. After you switch on the calculator, press on mode. Then pick equation. Equation is the fifth option. So you pick equation. Then you pick quadratic equation. That is the third option. So the third option will give you quadratic equation. So you can see from here that on the calculator it's asking you for A, B, and C. So first you input A. We know that A is 1. So you press 1. Then you press equal to. It's asking you for B. B is 7. So you press 7 and you press equal to. It's asking you for C. C is 12. So you press 12 and you press equal to. Then finally you press equal to. So it's going to give you the first answer, which is usually called the S1. Now we can see from here that S1 is negative 3. Whatever answer that the calculator give you, if that answer is negative, pick it as positive. If that answer is positive, pick it as negative. So here the answer the calculator gave us was negative 3. So you are going to pick it as positive. So pick that as positive 3. Now when you have your first number, which is positive 3, multiply that what you obtain from the calculator with A. In this case, A is 1. So if you multiply 1 by 3, you are going to get 3. That will be your first number. So the first number is 3. So this is how to find the first number. Punch the equation on the calculator. The value of x1 that will be given to you. If that value is negative, pick it as positive. If it's positive, pick it as negative. In this case, it was negative 3. So pick it as positive 3 and multiply that with the value of A. In this case, the value of A is 1. So multiply 3 by 1 and that will give you 3. That is your first number. Then if you want to find the second number, divide A times C by the first number. So you already know that A times C in this case is 12. So divide that by the first number, which is 3. And that is going to give you 4. So your second number is going to be 4. Let's take another example. We have y squared minus 3y minus 10. So we know from here that A is 7, B is equal to minus 3, and C is equal to minus 10. Then as we said, multiply A by C, sorry. So 7 times minus 10 will give us minus 70. Now you go on to the calculator and you punch the equation into the calculator. So as I said, you press on mode, you pick the fifth option, then you pick 3, which is quadratic equation. So A is 7. You press 7 and you press equal to. B is -3. So you press -3, you press equal to. C is -10. So you press -10 and press equal to. Then the final equal to. So you see from here that S1 is giving us 10/7. As I said, the answer that will be giving you, if it's positive, pick it as negative. If it's negative, pick it as positive. So here is giving us positive 10/7. So we are going to pick it as negative 10/7. Then after you picked it as negative, multiply that number by A. In this case, A is 7. So we are going to have negative 10/7. We multiply that by A, which is 7. You know that 7 will cancel 7, giving us 10. So the first number will be negative 10. Now, this is how to find the second number. Divide A times C. In this case, you know that A times C is -70. We have that here. Divide A times C by the first number. The first number is -10. A times C is -70. So you are going to have -70 divided by -10. So negative is going to cancel negative. Then you are going to have 70 divided by 10, which is 7. So the second number will be 7. So the two numbers that you need are -10 and 7. Let's pick another example. So in this example, A is 1, B is -2, and C is -3. So A times C will give us -3. A times C will be -3. Sorry. So you go on to your calculator. Then you press on mode, pick equation, then you pick the third option. So it's asking you for A. We know that A is 1, so you press 1 and you press equal to. B is -2, so you press -2, press equal to. And C is -3, so -3 and you press equal to. Then you press the final equal to. So the first value we are getting is 3. This is positive, so we are going to pick it as a negative. So the first value we obtained was 3. Now, if you get 3, multiply that with the coefficient of S squared. In this case, multiply that with A. So -3 times 1 will give us -3. So it means that in this case, the first number that we are having is -3. Now, to get the second number, divide A times C. In this case, A times C is -3. Divide that by the first number. So the first number is -3. A times C is also -3. So you are going to have -3 divided by -3, which will give us 1. So the second number is going to be 1. So the two numbers we are looking for are -3 and 1. So we just replace them. We just replace those two numbers with -2x. Now, in this example, you know that A is 3, B is -13, and C is 10. So you go on to your calculator, then you feed in these values into the calculator. So press on mode, you press equation, then you press the third one. Then you know that A is 3, so 3. B is -13, so -13. C is +10, so +10. Then you press equal to. The first value we are obtaining is 10/3. Once again, if that value is positive, pick it as a negative number. So you are going to have -10/3. The calculator gave us 10/3, so we are going to pick it as negative, which is -10/3. So multiply that number by A. In this case, A is 3, so we are going to have -10/3 by A, which is 3. We know that 3 is cancelling 3, which will give us -10. So the first value that we are having is -10. Now, to get the second value, first find A times C. A times C is 3 times 10, which is 30. Now, divide A times C by the first value, which is -10. You know that 30 divided by -10 is going to give us negative 3. So the two numbers we are looking for are negative 10 and negative 3. Now we move on to the next example. We have 3x squared plus 7xy minus 6y squared. So once again, from here we know that A will give us 3, B will give us 7, and C will give us negative 6. So you go onto the calculator and you feed this information into the calculator. So to find equation, press on mode, press on 5, then choose the third option as your quadratic equation. So we know that A is 3, B is 7, and C is negative 6. So you can see from here that the first value we are getting is 2 over 3. 2 over 3, positive 2 over 3. So we are going to pick that as negative. So we are going to pick it as negative 2 over 3. Then you multiply that value with A to obtain your first value. So negative 2 over 3 times A, which is 3. 3 will cancel 3. We are going to get negative 2. So the first number is negative 2. To get the second number, first find A times C. A times C will give us 3 times minus 6, which is minus 18. So we are going to have minus 18. Now divide A times C by the first number, which is minus 2. We are going to have negative will cancel negative. Now 18 divided by 2 is going to give us 9. So the two numbers we are looking for are positive 9 and negative 2. Thank you so much for watching this video. Pick more examples and try using the calculator to find the two numbers, following the same principles that we did in this video. See you in the next video, where we will learn how to divide and multiply algebraic expressions involving fractions. Bye bye.